guys, I'm going to be doing my third 10 metal bands you haven't heard but should list. Here I have another 10 great underground bands I don't think everyone has checked out. Couple of them are like bigger bands or have a bigger record deal, much like in the case of Chemist, but obviously if you have heard them, that's great. And if not, hopefully I've given you a cool new band to check out or helped out a band that deserves a bit more support. So first up we have a band I've been friends with for years. Not all of these bands are bands I'm friends with necessarily. I don't only do it for friends' bands. I just do it for stuff I like. But these guys in particular I have been friends with for years. They now have their third album out on Candlelight Records. I'm actually in the credits of the vinyl and CD release of their second album. This is their debut album, Eastern Front. It's signed by what was at the time their lineup at a show. They're really cool guys. They're all really nice guys. So if you're in the UK, you've probably heard their name by now. But if not, maybe you haven't. So Eastern Front, they're war-themed black metal along the lines of kind of Marduk or something. The title track, Blood on Snow, is my favourite song they've ever done personally. In fact, when they supported Nagura Bungia, I probably butchered the pronunciation of that, from within the crowd when they were supporting, I had a microphone and did vocals with their live vocalist at the time. They've had some changes in lineup since, but this was when I believe his stage name was Nagant. I may be getting that wrong, it's been a while, but yeah, I got to do some kind of vocals on that one time live. It's not on any recordings, but that's just my kind of side bit of information. But yeah, check out Eastern Front. Next up we have, and I think this is pretty much entirely UK bands, but we have Reign of Fury. They're I wouldn't say they're underground, like they've played Bloodstock and done some touring and stuff, but if you like kind of very powerful melodic thrash metal with kind of really great lead guitar work and some kind of very grandiose vocals, check out Reign of Fury. Next up we have a death metal band, Abhorrent Decimation, who have definitely grown. I've seen them play Bloodstock Festival in front of kind of 300-400 people. I think it was maybe about that. And I've also seen them in a pub where there was maybe a dozen people there. So kind of, it's great to see these guys have really grown. Their music's really progressed. I've got an EP one of them gave me that they were handing out at Bloodstock once. This stuff, they actually have a more recent album that I haven't picked up yet, but this is an absolutely killer album. Some really good death metal stuff. I'm going to give my recommendations. Heaven Waits, Hell Takes is the best song on this one. Some people like to just check out a song. And Souls for Sedation is a great one on this one. Next we have a band from Ireland. This came out on Candlelight Records. The album's called Damned When Dead by the Irish band. I believe this is Irish Gaelic. I'm going to say it as Mael Mordha, but that's based on my knowledge of Gaelic, that's probably so far out, so I'm really sorry about that, guys. The song, All I Will Quake, is absolutely stunning. It's kind of very folk-infused doom, death stuff. So if you like folky stuff but thinks it sounds too happy, this is probably the band for you. Next we have a band called Eradikator. I picked this up at my local record store, Beatniks, which is where I can generally be found. It's a band I saw at a festival in Norwich last year called Thrashosaurus Festival. This is only a few pounds. I think it was like $3 or something. It was really low because it was second-hand. Man Behind the Mask is a really cool song. It's much more old school thrash metal. It's really enjoyable stuff. Next up we have another Friends band, Ethereal. They're also a Candlelight artist. I'm not saying all the labels because so on a lot of these it's not clearly marked or they're unsigned. But Ethereal are kind of much like Eastern Front. If you're in the UK scene, you probably know these guys. I think I actually traded Hymns of the Dead to Russell, their frontman, or Naught, should I say, this for that. And his other band, Necronautic, also black metal, incredibly good band as well. I personally prefer Ethereal for the kind of more melodic side, but they're both incredibly good bands. They're both bands I listen to and wear the merch of. So yeah, check out Ethereal, and on a kind of sub-note, Necronautical. Next we have Immortal Empire, a band I've played with twice, once, both times at the B2 actually, in Norwich. It's a solo project that had live members. I'm not sure, it's certainly not active live anymore sadly, but I'm not sure what's happening in the studio. Things have been kind of quiet, so I was friends with these guys for many years. In fact, the Sickly Gangling tour that got cancelled, the guy who was going to play bass for that was the live bassist for this band. That's how I knew him. But yeah, things have been quiet from this camp in Immortal Empire, so I really hope everyone's kind of doing well. But you can find the music online. I've got so many CDs of theirs, a few shirts. I think I saw them live maybe 10 times in about 2-3 years. Really good black metal if you like stuff like Emperor, the more symphonic but not kind of over the top way as much as say Dimmu Borgir. Really worth checking out. Now the next band, this is on Spine Farm Records, so you could argue that this is actually kind of quite a big release. It's a band I saw open for Fuchsias and Chthonic in 2011, I believe. The Kiuas from Finland, they're no longer together, which is really sad. I think this is the first power metal album I've had in one of these videos. But yeah, this is that album, the New Dark Ages. I was going to say the Decaying Doctrine. That's just the first song. It's incredibly well written power metal with really kind of diverse melodies, rich songwriting. It doesn't stagnate at any points. The choruses and stuff are really catchy, absolutely incredible stuff. I'm glad I got to see them live while they were still going. Next we have a Cacophonous Records release, the second album of the Infernal Sea, and this is indeed a friends band once again. They're all really cool guys. In fact, they've been really supportive of my project when it started out in the UK scene. I've been welcomed kind of very graciously by bands like the Infernal Sea, Ethereal, Immortal Empire, and Eastern Front. All the kind of members from those bands have been incredibly helpful to my career, which I'm very grateful of. The Infernal Sea have played some huge festivals, like they were on the Sophie stage at Bloodstock last year. They're doing really well, which I'm really happy to see. The best song on here would definitely be Plague Herald or The Bearer for me. They have a running theme of plague timey England. It's really awesome music, amazing artwork. So check out the Infernal Sea. I've just realised I didn't give a favourite song for some of these. Do you know what, I'm just going to let you guys do it, but Ethereum from this one, Black Rose Withered from Kiuas, Nocturne for the Pale King from Immortal Empire, and Eradikator, I don't think I do. Oh no, I did Man Behind the Mask. So I sometimes miss things out. Finally, we have another UChem release. I had a groaner on the last video, and this is Wretched Soul on UChem Records. This has now got a vinyl, and I believe it's either soon or already out, a cassette release. Really great kind of I want to say thrash metal. Like, it has got some death metal and power metal elements, but kind of it's domineeringly thrash. It's really catchy. What was the song? Necromancer, the opening song, and The Great Destroyer, and Bury the Heretic. All songs, if you listen to, they're going to be stuck in your head. They've got some great kind of groovy riffs, really epic choruses. Once again, Chris at UChem's found another great band and got them a career. I've seen these guys at Thrashosaurus and at Bloodstock one time. So yeah, they're really worth checking out, as are all the bands on this list. And this is the third part, as I said, so feel free to spool back and find the other two. If you're still looking for underground music, there is, of course, I have 5 active bands and 1 not so active one, I think, off the top of my head. And on top of that, my label, AHPM Records, has 2 compilations, each with 15 songs featuring my bands, other bands on the label, and also bands not on the label who just wanted that bit more of a push, another place to put their music, which I did for them. So yeah, tons of great underground stuff to check out. I very much doubt this will be the last one of these videos, as you guys seem to really enjoy them. I enjoy making them, and these bands deserve the support. So yeah, thanks for watching. Until next time, stay metal.